Hi everybody, it's so wonderful to come talk to you today. How you doing today? I hope you had a good week and you're looking forward to the weekend. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments last week. You were so encouraging and so sweet about me getting ready and going to my girlfriend's birthday party. I had so much fun. I saw some girlfriends that I hadn't seen for 20 years there. So my friend has a grand piano in her living room and I got to play a couple songs. And oh, it was so touching to me. I had such a wonderful, wonderful time. I got to play a song that I wrote called Robbie's River. And it's funny because I hadn't played that song probably in over a year. And that song is about one of my best friends in high school that was gay. And he had a very difficult time coming out to his parents and our friends. And so it meant so much to me that I sat down and that was the first song I played. And even though I hadn't rehearsed it and I hadn't played it in over a year, it just kind of fell out, and those chords are kind of tough for me, but I don't know, it went really well, and I could cry just thinking about it. But you know, it's really been a long couple years for me, and I remember last year I kind of had promised everybody, you know, that we all were gonna, you know, work on my new record together, and I haven't been able to do that. I haven't been able to get it together to get my heart and soul into a new project. And I think a lot of that is writing music and playing music. So much to me is communication. And what I have done the last year and a half is a lot of my time has been spent filming videos. And filming videos is such a brand new, beautiful way of communication that I think it took away from my passion and my normal outlet of communicating through music, through lyrics, through singing, through notes. And I never stopped. I have never stopped seeing life through a writer's eyes, but instead of putting it on the keyboard and singing through a mic, I've done a lot of that communication right here in front of the camera, and taking my camera and visiting the world with my camera. So I'm going to have to find a balance. I'm going to have to find some kind of balance between filming and playing music, because I don't want to give up one for the other. But I have told you many times that being able to come into your living rooms every week, being able to talk to you, communicate with you, being able to read your comments every week, being able to get to know you and to learn from you and to be comforted by you, it is such an honor, and I so appreciate it. And you know, yeah, I mean, I more than appreciate you.
I promised it'd never be this way. Crying over Robbie in some cafe. The man with the Bible tells me, let's pray. And I think about the preacher that took Robbie away.
Moving right along to some girl stuff. Last week I was watching QVC. I don't know why. I do it to relax, but I don't hardly ever buy anything off of QVC. But there was a makeup artist, Eve Pro, who was selling a kit. And I show you in other parts of the video me talking about the kit a little bit and talking about Eve, and I take you through me putting on her makeup. Eve Pearl is Emmy award-winning makeup artist. She did the makeup for the ladies on The View. She's a very lovely, graceful woman. She suffers from rosacea, so I think that she made her makeup basically for women who have a lot of redness to cover up. And I don't have that problem. I do have unevenness, but I don't have rosacea. I don't have the issues that she has. She talks a lot of, about reverse contouring with her foundations, and I did try that, and it seemed to go on too thick. But we're going to try it again today, and I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. So we're going to see how that goes. The primer that I used is the e.l.f. primer. I have vitamin C. I have 2 serums on, and I have a primer on. So there you go. So I'm naked. This is the Eve Pearl makeup. One side is light and one side is darker. So she wants you to reverse contour when you put on your makeup.
I don't know, it's hard to say. Desperate cause this anyway. Do this mean we'll go to war? I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'd like to know that soon. In this time of yellow full moon, everything that is to know, fireworks and even the smallest show. Sometimes you wanna raise your walls to a higher point, but you don't have to tell me anymore. But I'd like to know that soon. In this time of yellow full moon,
And the one thing about me is I don't like being negative. I don't like saying bad things about products. I really, if I come up with a product and it's bad, I would really prefer not to say anything at all about that product. But, you know, let me just say that the Eve Pearl makeup that I ordered, I am going to send it back. And it didn't work out for me. And that doesn't mean that the makeup might not work out for you. But, you know, I am almost 62. I did smoke for a number of years. I have combination skin. I am of Italian descent. So all those things factor into how the makeup performed for me. I wore Eve's makeup for 6 days in a row, and this is kind of what it looks like. This is what the palette looks like after only less than a week of use. I mean, it's really, really messy. Her makeup reminds me of mud, and she has, you know, such a wonderful idea there of, you know, the light going here and the darker makeup going here. Eve Pearl has inspired me to buy my 2 favorite foundations in 2 different colors. So there's that. So I went on YouTube and I looked up reviews of Eve Pearl's makeup, and I did remember that my good friend Donna Rhodes, she did a review on Eve Pearl's makeup, and she looked absolutely beautiful in it. But Donna's a little bit younger than me, and she has a lot more technique than I do in applying makeup. So perhaps this was my fault. But my number one problem with Eve's makeup is that it dried to such a flat finish, and that flat, almost powdery finish, it did not catch the light. There was no glow. It just aged me, and it made me look like I was wearing a mask. Eve is famous for her two-tone salmon concealer. Again, I used it. I have, my main problem is underneath my eye, getting that to look even. And using her salmon concealer, it didn't work for me. It gave me sort of a odd two-tone orange tone underneath my eyes. So that didn't work. I thought her lipstick was ghastly. It wasn't all bad though. I think the most beautiful blush I have ever used is the blush that I found in Eve Pearl's kit. I mean, I just think the tone of it, the texture of it, I have it on today. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And when I was talking about using bronze colors and no pinks and reds last week, the colors in this blush I think are just so beautiful. And I will always, always wear this. I mean, it is so pretty. I just think it's just gorgeous. So I probably should send the kit back. I had such high hopes for it, but I don't know if I want to pay $60 for this blush. But I hate to give up the blush because I love it so much. Anyway, I do so hate to be negative about a product, and Eve seems like she's a beautiful, graceful woman. Her products have been around for at least 7 years, so people must be loving her makeup. But for me, a woman in her 60s, it absolutely did not work for me at all. In fact, I don't have her makeup on today, but I did, and I actually had to wash it off my face because I was so embarrassed the way that I looked on camera with it on. That's how bad it was for me. So touched, and I was really surprised at how many of you out there are introverts like I am. And I cannot tell you how comforted I felt when you told me that you too have gotten like all dressed up, and then you've decided, at the last minute you're not going to walk out the door. I mean, you just made me feel so much better and not so isolated, because I think that is really something that we work on when we get older. Our self-confidence, how we feel when we walk out the door, and just the desire to experience new things and experience new people. And I do think it's so important in a part of staying young and vital that we never lose our curiosity, and that, we sometimes are going to have to force ourselves to push the envelope and get ourselves out of our comfort zone and do things that we're not quite comfortable with, just to experience life. And so many of you wrote me that you are the very happiest when you're busy. And I thought that was really beautiful, because I have to be reminded of that. Because sometimes, my heart can wander and my mind can wander, and I don't accomplish in a day what I'd like to. So it's not that we're not disciplined. That's not it. I think that it boils down to, desire. And, when you get into your 50s and 60s, you've been there and you've done that. So it's very important to push that envelope and try to create circumstances that are going to fulfill us emotionally and physically. Exercise, and there's a whole world out there of things that I haven't tried and that I haven't done. But sometimes because of age, because of hormones, who knows. Sometimes it feels like the walls cave in a little bit, like, is this it? Really? And it's not. Life is what you make it. Pretty much. Like I said, it is an honor that you let me come into your living rooms, or, well, maybe I'm not in your living room. I don't know where I'm at. Maybe I'm on your phone. Maybe I'm in your car. Thank you for embracing me, and thank you for being my friend. And some of you, you're there every single week, and you not only watch the video, but you stop and you chat with me. Sometimes I just talk your head off. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I love every minute that I get to talk to you, and I hope you feel that, and I hope you know that.